You're hanging out with your man Mario inside of the Random Select Podcast, people. It's the podcast that's all about thought-provoking talk right here on Beat Break 87 FM, Atlanta's independent news station where music and talk radio live. We are back from the break, people, from the holiday break, from just taking some time to relax and rewind the batteries and get that fresh start. It's a new year. New attitude, new behavior, new content, new friends, new family members, new co-workers, new kids, new jobs, and we trying to get to that new money. You know what I mean? This year, 2020, and this is what this particular segment is going to be about. This year, 2020, we got to stop talking about that money. We got to stop talking about those businesses. We got to stop talking about our dreams and actually start walking toward it. We got to start saying we got to try to work together. And if we not trying to work together, then the people that don't want to push and pull in the same direction that you going, you got to honestly make a decision to get these round up people out your life. And when I say round up people, y'all know that weed killer stuff that's giving people cancer. You got to get these round up people out your life, because eventually all they do is make it where you can't grow, and then they potentially become cancerous. Because let's face it, a negative attitude can definitely affect your life and have you thinking negative about everything. If people aren't trying to roll with you, rock with you, fuck with you, then you got to make that necessary adjustment to get those people up out your life. You know what I mean? So before we get into all of that, I want to tell everybody thank you guys for tuning in to the Random Select Podcast. It is very appreciated. This is going on year 4 of the podcast, year 2 of hanging out with Beat Break 87 FM. So I really appreciate it. It's a lot, that goes into the show. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that, this is not a one-man. I mean, it is a one-man show, but it's more than one person that helps the show be successful. Let me just say it like that. You know what I mean? So don't forget, people, we're out there everywhere social media is at. We out there in those digital streets. We're everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube. So if you see us out there in them streets, be a real OG, be a real person. Holler at us in them streets. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, share. Let us know that we're doing something positive. In return, we'll shout you out and let everybody know that you're a faithful listener, follower, subscriber, to the station and to the Random Select Podcast. You know what I mean? So do that. Yeah, we appreciate that. And don't forget, you can also go to beatbreakradiofm.com, where there's the latest content up there. You can find out new personalities and all of those things. Don't forget to go to reach1network.com as well, where you can catch up with some of the latest episodes of the podcast and all of that stuff as well. Don't forget, people, you can also go to therandomselect.com. I'm trying my best to get up all the episodes as soon as I possibly can. So we're making some things happen, people. Don't forget to randomselect.com, and on each of these places you could click that listen live button. It'll bring you right into where you need to be. And don't forget, if you got that TuneIn, go ahead and download that TuneIn app, and you can catch us live, on the TuneIn app. So now we got all the business out the way, people. Let's get into what we're talking about. In the second portion of the show, I may talk about leveling up. That's the new thing everybody like to say. But we're going to get into that too as well. I might even talk some R. Kelly. I may not. Just depends on how I feel. But we definitely going to ask some questions about relationships for the new year, depending on where you trying to go and how you trying to do it, and things of that nature, and what you looking for this year in a relationship. You might not be looking for anything in a relationship this year. You might just be one of them type of people that say, been there, done that, tried that, and it's not for me, you know what I mean? Or you might still be that type of person that's a hopeless romantic, feeling like that love is just around the corner, and you just need that right person to come around that corner, or you just need to get off your ass and walk yourself around that corner. You know what I mean? It just depends on how you feel about that. You know what I mean? So it's a very interesting time as far as everything go. You know what I mean? It's new. You know, everybody got that renewed sense of faith. Everybody got that renewed sense of I want to eat right. I want to live right. I want to stop drinking. I want to stop smoking. I want to get in the gym. I want to go to church more. Like I said, I want to strengthen my relationships. I want to get to know my family members, you know, and it's still in January, people. It's still in January. So I give everybody a 25-day grace period before everybody settle back into their normal routine, slink back into their normal routine, and then it's just business as usual. Because as I get older, I tend to understand and I tend to get it that sometimes people change and people can change. I'm not saying that people can't, but for the most part, once you reach a certain age, once you reach a certain financial level, or once you reach a certain hardship in life, and once your environment is a certain way, sometimes people, it's plain and simple. You are who you are. And sometimes we go out and do all these wonderful things and we try to change and we try to tell ourselves that all this magical stuff is about to happen in the air. You know, the calendar has flipped, so therefore we need to flip, and therefore things need to change. Therefore I can do it because it gives me that renewed sense of purpose. But like I said, you got about 25 days before that thing goes away. So right now we're in the middle. So with that being said, you got about 12 more days before either you decide that this is the path you're really going to be on, or you just sink right back into your same routine, you know. So the question is, how we doing 2020? That's the question. What are we doing for 2020 that's going to be different? You know, in order for you to make 2020 right, you know what I mean? In order for it to truly be right, you got to get to a point where you gotta let the shit from 2019 go. In order for your 2020 to be right, you have to tell yourself that a lot of stuff that happened in 2019, we not bringing into this. And I know some things you just can't dump like that. I get it. I know some things ain't that easy, but we gotta say we're not doing it. So before you can even start to address 2020, you got to get 2019 right. See, y'all got to understand a few things, you know what I mean? And 2019, it's a lot of things that we let go on that we shouldn't have let go on, you know what I mean? And I'm talking about personally in your life, not in the world, but in the world too. But I'm talking about specifically personally in your life. And we think just because the calendar flipped over, it's 2020 now, that you think all that bullshit and all the games and all the fuckery and the chicanery, all that stuff just supposed to fall off the books because a new year changed. And granted, you could change your mindset, which is a really good thing, but just because you change your mindset doesn't mean that it automatically erase all the stuff that you allow to go on in 2019. You know, your mindset is a really good thing. In order for anything in your life to change, to get to a good positive space, mindset has to be one of the things that you definitely change. But what's the purpose of changing your mindset, but you bringing all the negative people, all the negative things from back there into your life? You know what I mean? You got to get to the point where, hey, look, if you got friends in your life, you got family in your life, you got co-workers in your life, things that are just situations in your life, things that are just negative situations that's not benefiting you properly, then you got to do what you got to do to remove yourself up out of that. You got to learn to shake people off. You got to understand that everybody is not meant for your ride, but you do what you got to do to try to say, hey, look, these are my peeps, these are my folks, these are my ride or die people, but they're really not. You know, I'm pretty sure some of y'all out there who just one of those type of people that people have been saying stuff about people that's close to your inner circle for years, but you just didn't want to hear. You just couldn't see it because you just didn't want to believe that that person was like that person, or you was already subscribed to the mindset that that's just Ray being Ray. That's just Kim being Kim. Well, no, that's just Kim being a fucked up individual. That's just Ray being a fucked up individual that's taken away from your life and not adding to it. And as I said, y'all got to get these Roundup people out your life. Y'all know the thing, the Roundup, the weed killer. Y'all got to get the people just like Roundup. It'll kill your growth and it could be cancerous to you. You know what I mean? So y'all got to get these people up out your life. I put that on Facebook, and I know a lot of people didn't even understand what I meant, but that's cool, because for the people that did understand, those are the people I'm talking to. For the people that couldn't understand, then maybe next year be your year. But this year right here has to be 2020, without a doubt, has to be the year of me. This has to be the year of you. I need to get that printed on some t-shirts, sell it. Y'all buy some t-shirts from me that says this 2020, the year of me. I need to get that printed up, because that's what it is. We trying to get to a point where we got to start helping each other. We got to get to a point where we got to stop taking pleasure as black people. We got to stop taking pleasure in the demise and the downfall of other people. When did we get to that point where, we don't help each other out anymore? We sit back and say, girl, ooh, she doing bad. Or, oh, dude, you see Pookie. Oh, man, that boy doing bad right there. He could do better than that. You know what I mean? But why you worried about if he could do better? Why you taking pleasure out of it? And I say this, as you get older, you realize that as a grown man, one of the most accurate statements that has ever been made, that has ever been said to anybody on this earth, is that misery loves company. Misery just doesn't love company. Misery loves to have a fucking stadium in the living room. Misery loves to have an audience, not just company. Misery loves an audience, because you realize that when you ain't got nothing, when y'all all in the gutter together, when y'all all doing bad and everything is all good, you notice how cool everybody is with you. You notice how everybody ride or die. You notice how everybody swear, I got they back. That's my ride or die. That's my homie. That's my woman. That's my dude. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got your back when y'all ain't got shit together. But soon as one person started to try to, make a little headway, try to have a little something, all of a sudden, you know what you get from black people is, you change. You think you better than everybody. Just because I could see that where I want to go. Just because I see that there's a better way of doing things. Just because I have become fed up and tired with my current situation and I want to do better in life, I think I'm better than somebody. And the truth is, people, let's be honest. Some people, you heard it here first, people. Let's just be honest. Some people you are better than. That's just the bottom line. And it's not just you. It's not that I'm saying that I'm being like, walking around with my pinky held high, up like this, like I'm Patrick and SpongeBob. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm saying that I'm from royal blood. I'm just saying that some people, because of how you carry yourself, your moralities, and the ability to do the right thing, the ability to be honest and all that, does make you better than some people. And we need to embrace that. We need to understand that me and this person are humans, and at some point we were on the same level, but just through the course of life, things happen and somehow we got separated, and you decided to be there, I decided to be here. You know what I mean? The type of person that robs his grandmother, steals from his parents, break in and steal kids' Christmas gift on Christmas, I am better than. You can say what you want to say. You could try to make it seem like we're all human and we're all in this together. We're all in this together. But that person decided they wanted to separate themselves when they decided they wanted to be a criminal. Now, don't get me wrong. We all got things that we did. Some of us have more checkered past than others, but I believe in the fact that everybody has a chance to change. It was a point in my life where people were better than me, and and as I get older, I don't take offense to it, because I had a point in my life where I was doing grimy gutter stuff. And then when you do grimy gutter stuff, people got to understand that sometimes grimy gutter results come from that. And that's just the bottom line. So in 2020, you got to say, this is the year of me. I'm not taking none of that bullshit into 2020 with me, because I know I've said this every year. And a lot of times they got things out saying that people get to about January 25th, and then everything that they said that they wanted to do kind of fall off the books. And then what you do is you just slither back into what you are. You just slither back into your old comfort zones. You just slither back into the one thing that makes you feel at peace with yourself. And sometimes people, no matter what type of declarations, what type of resolutions you make, sometimes you are who you are, and that's just it. Like Jay-Z said, you are who you are, player. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's just the case. But sometimes who you are has to be that person that has that drive. Who you are has to be that person that has that hustle. Who you are has to be that person that tells distractions, no homeboy, not today. Because I tell people all the time, you cannot let a person that you know ain't about shit, ain't aspiring to be shit, and trying to just ain't never gonna have shit. You can't let them be the people that distract you. All they doing is keeping you on their level. Do you not understand that? And once again, I'm not down to nobody. I'm not trying to say that nobody has that you don't have the ability to one day decide you want to change your life just like that. But people who understand life, people who understand that it takes a little time, effort, and patience to get a place, knowing that real, true life changes does not happen overnight. You know what I mean? You could get shot and somebody say, okay, you got to learn to walk again. You're not going to learn to walk again by Wednesday, and today is Monday. It takes time. Real, true life changes take time. It has to become, and pardon the pun, a true way of life. It has to become the way you eat, the way you think, the way you breathe, the way you approach stuff. It has to be the way you interact with just regular, ordinary things, all the way up to the complex things. Everything that you want, when you try to change your life, has to become a complete way of life. It has to be as easy as breathing for you how you want to change. So y'all got to stop letting people who you know without a shadow of a doubt is negative, who you know without a shadow of a doubt has no desire, ambition, and hustle in them to be anything more than what they are right now. That is the one person you have to make a conscious effort in 2020 to say that person is not going to be the person that distracts you. You got to stay focused on your grind. You got to stay diligent in what you want to learn. If you are a barber, get on YouTube, anywhere, and learn how to do different hairstyles. Learn how to do the business side of it. If you are a computer programmer, you want to do IT. This is the year you say, I'm going to get myself Microsoft certified. This is the year where I'm going to learn coding. This is the year where I learn how to go buy me a bare bone kit for computers and put me one together from start to finish. That way I know how the computer work from start to finish, from front to the back, from the hardware to the software. You got to take some time and learn some things. You have to sometimes self-educate, because not everybody is going to want to teach you, and not everybody is going to want to teach you for free. You understand? And some people are stingy with game. Not everybody want to put you up on game because they're afraid that you're going to pass them. They don't want you to do better than them. So it's on you to get out there and get that knowledge. It's on you to get out there and get that game. So don't let 2020 be the year that you let people who ain't going nowhere distract you. And I know none of us are perfect. I know everybody got their own vices. Everybody got their own shit they going through. And I tell people all the time, I know you got fears. I had plenty of fears for years. I had complexes and issues and problems. But I just said, okay, for the things I can't conquer right now, for the fears I can't get over, I gotta take them with me. You know what I mean? I can't let them hold me back. I just gotta say, okay, I can't conquer you right now. Tell you what, here's a sidecar. You ride shotgun. You just gonna have to come with me. I can't conquer you right now, but I'm gonna damn sure take you with me, and I'm gonna move on with my life. And then that's just something I just gotta work on as I'm walking. And I tell people all the time, it's as simple as just start walking. We think we have to do all these grand gestures and all these big movements just to make people understand how you're moving. You shouldn't even give a damn how other people thinking how you're moving. You know what I mean? You got to move for yourself. You can't even worry about the results and trying to say, see, I did this. Don't worry about that. You gotta make yourself happy. This gotta be the year of you. This has gotta be the time when you start telling your friends, no man, I can't hang out today. This is where you tell you, if you're a woman, you say, no, we can't do the girls' night out because I'm doing me night in. You know what I mean? This is the time where where you can't go play pool with your homeboys because you need to dedicate that time to yourself. This is gonna be that year where you're gonna say, I'm gonna watch less Empire, I'm gonna watch less Power, I'm gonna watch less Love and Hip Hop. I'm gonna take 30-40 minutes of those time and dedicate myself to writing up me a business plan. I'm gonna take 30-40 minutes of that time, dedicate myself to learning how to do some type of skill or some type of trade. I'm gonna take 30 minutes of my that time and learn how to work me some software, learn how to make my own app, learn how to produce music, learn how to do something else, and find out what your passion is. Because somebody say, well, if you learn to love your job, you'll never work a day in your life. You'll never work a day in your life. But sometimes you get jobs that you think you love, and as time go on, you realize I've outgrown this job, or this job has outgrown me. Either way it go, we got to amicably split, and then you got to find you something else to do. But never stop learning. Be responsible for your own knowledge. Never wait for somebody to come in to teach you something, so when you don't learn, you're going to say, well, they didn't teach it to me. No, don't worry about what they didn't teach. Don't worry the fuck about what they didn't teach you. You're supposed to blame yourself. You're supposed to say, I didn't teach it to myself. Because we live in the information era. Anything you want to know about anything, from building a Boeing 747 all the way down to paper mache, you can learn. And it's all up to you. And once again, people, don't take that bullshit in from 2019 into 2020. You got some people in your life, you got to just say, hey, look, I got to part ways with them. You know what I mean? It's almost like the real life equivalence of watching a car wreck on the highway, right? When you driving by, because you and 5 other people decide y'all gonna watch, y'all clog up the highway and make it difficult for everybody else to move. You do that in your real life, but you just don't realize it because life has so many moving parts that keep moving. You don't realize that you're doing the watching, because while you're watching, you're constantly moving. You still got to go to work. You still got to go pick the kids up. You still got to go pay the bills. You still got to do a lot of other things. But the whole time, you got a person who ain't doing nothing that's dragging you down, that you watching their car crash. And in the process of you watching your car crash, you developing energy. You giving energy to them, giving them advice what to do, how to get out the car crash, how to never be in a car crash again, or letting them borrow some gas money so they can move the car to get the car out the expressway. You don't realize you sitting there, you clogging up things, and part of clogging up things is the thing that you're clogging up is yourself. You're keeping yourself from moving, and that's just the real life version of watching the car crash, people. You gotta understand, you gotta say, hey, look, I feel bad for that person, but I'm gonna keep it moving so the person behind me can keep it moving, and we can just keep this thing going. They already off over to the side. Everybody can see it. You just gotta not watch them, because you gotta be able to tell a person, friend, family, don't care, that I gotta go. Everybody's not meant for your ride. If that person want to stand still, stay pat, and stay right there, you let them. You let their ass sit right there. And then when you get so far up there, and then they call up to you, don't you dare go back. You call back to them and say, hey, if you want to hang out with me, you got to come up here. Because surely I didn't come this far just to go back to you. And that's what we let our friends and our families and people that we, in situations, we let them pull us back. We get to a certain point, and then we let them make us walk back to them instead of having them walk to us, so we can all be on the same level. And we're going to talk about leveling up in the next segment. But that's what we do. We go backwards. When you've already took those first few steps, even the longest journey begins with a single step. That's what we've heard our whole life, and it's true. You got to just start walking. Like when you're losing weight, you don't have to try to go out and set no records. You don't have to be a world beater. All you could do is just walk as far as you could walk until you get tired, until you feel that you can't walk anymore. But you just got to start walking. Start walking towards your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. Start walking toward them. It's like a puzzle. you don't always have the pieces of the puzzle in the order that they be in. You just start putting them together until they start fitting one piece at a time. And that's how you got to treat 2020. We just going to start walking until we get one piece of the puzzle at a time. You're not going to start walking and get a fleet of trucks for a delivery service you want to start. You're not going to automatically get the warehouse space for whatever you're going to do. You're not going to automatically hit the ground and get the salon. You're not going to automatically hit the ground and got 20 computers to start you a call center. That may not be realistic, but the realistic thing is you can start walking toward it. You can start putting together a business plan and potentially getting you some investors, or potentially see what it's going to cost you out of pocket to get things going. You can start doing your due diligence. You can start seeing how other people run their business and try to find the pitfalls. Some people have written white papers and different things on certain subjects to tell you what pitfalls are. You can start doing your due diligence, and maybe if you listen, and maybe if you just apply yourself right, you can avoid some of the things that they avoided to help you get going. But until you make that conscious effort to invest in yourself and start walking, you're going to forever be watching that car crash, forever be clogging up the lanes for yourself. And that's real shit. That's real talk coming to you in 2020. If you want things, if you need things, if you got to have things, you got to leave a lot of bad habits, a lot of people that mean you no good. You got to leave them in 2020. See, because the tempting thing is, come January 25th, everybody just is gonna say, oh man, it feels good hanging out with Earl, feels good hanging out with Tammy. You know, that's what I know. That's just Earl being Earl. That's just Tammy being Tammy. And the one thing that all y'all need to get into your heads and comprehend, that those are your people, your family members, brothers, sisters, cousins, aunties, friends, people that you've been known since kindergarten. But some people get comfortable at the bottom and they want to stay there. See, and you would ask people, why ain't he doing this? Don't he? Ooh, he hate living over there in those apartments. He hate driving that car. Don't he want a better car? Don't he want to live in a better area? Don't he want a more stable relationship? Don't she want a better man? Don't she want to do better for herself? Don't she want to stop living in her mama's basement? But y'all got to understand and come to the conclusion that that person is happy. And y'all got to be okay with the fact that they're happy. If they like it and they happy, then I'm not dedicating any more energy this year to bailing out other people, solving other people's problems. Last year, I did a lot of free work for people. They didn't reciprocate. You know, I did a lot of work for people that is not in a position to do any damn thing for me. You know what I'm saying? I've let people borrow money all last year that always gave me a date that they're going to pay me back, but never paid me back. Eventually they got around to paying me back. And a lot of people say, okay, well, they paid you back. That's all that matters. No, that's not all that matters. If you go borrow money from people and you give them a particular date to build trust in you, you should pay people back on that particular date. But I know a lot of y'all say, like Drake say, never lend somebody something what you're going to need right back. But I lent it to you sometimes as a test just to say, is this person trustworthy? I'm not letting any women who got men borrow money, because if your man can't be a man and hold you down, then baby girl, you need to make some moves. Just like I'm making this particular move to distance myself from these people, I'm not letting any more of my male friends who ain't got no kids, who able-bodied people, don't want to go get a second job, but always got money issues. I'm not letting them borrow money or anything like that either, because you got to get out there and hustle. The bottom line is you need to make peace with the fact that some of these people are fucking lazy and just don't want to get out and do what they got to do. And then if that's the case, then you really definitely need to distance yourself, because whatever, no matter what nobody tell you, lazy is contagious. A lot of people feel like going to the store on the weekend, getting them a 12 pack and smoking them some blunts, and that's just chilling. That's doing nothing and whatever. And I'm not knocking about it. Everybody, like I said, everybody got their vices. Everybody got their thing that they do. But at the end of the day, you got to set a time aside for that and then get back to work and then start working on your dreams, because a lot of people tell me, Mario, you lucky. And I fucking can't stand when people tell me that I'm lucky. How am I lucky? Because I went out and researched what type of equipment I need, research how I need to do this, listen to thousands of podcasts to see potentially how I might want my podcast to be, to see potentially what's going on out there, to see what's working for people, what's not working for people, to it's not luck. I put myself in a position that when my opportunity came from Sean Garrett, I was ready. You understand? As they say, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Luck is only when being prepared meets the opportunity. So if you prepare yourself, and when your opportunity comes, you could be lucky too. Luck has a very small part of it, but people don't see behind the scenes when you ain't talking to me, the work I'm putting in. All the things I've had my wife ask me 1,000 times, why are you learning that? Are you going to need that? She can't even understand why you learn certain things. It's because I have a thirst for knowledge. I want to know. And at some point in my life, this is going to come back and potentially help me. I'm learning everything that I got to do with this business here. So you got to understand that as long as when people be lazy, the people who be lazy are the people that want to sit around and wait for you to give them something. Want to sit around and then criticize you because saying you lucky or you think you better than them. No, I'm no different from you. The only difference between me and you is my drive to be something more than what I currently am was higher than yours. So whenever your drive kick up a notch, you could be right here with me. Because I'm telling you, in 2020, the year of me, you got to tell everybody, I'm already up here, come to me. Because I refuse to go back. And for everybody that want to hold me down and keep me back, then I feel bad for you. I really do. Because this is the year of me, and you need to make this the year of you too. And make sure you understand without a doubt, this year you need to be trying to get yourself to a point where you get to the money. You understand? Everybody talking about, oh, I'm out here getting this money, B. Let's not be that person who flexing and flourishing. Let's actually work together, build each other up, build strong networks, and let's actually for once really and truly get to the money. Remember, leave that bullshit in 2019 and make 2019 the year of you. All right, people, we up against the break. I want to thank you guys for letting me run my mouth again. This is your man Mario inside of the Random Select Podcast. It's the podcast that's all about thought-provoking talk. Right here on Beat Break 87 FM, Atlanta's independent news station where music and talk radio lives. After the break, people, we're going to be talking about leveling up. And it's going to play into what I was just talking about. We also going to get into some news and see what else is going on around. We're going to talk some love and relationship. All that coming up right here on the Random Select Podcast. All right, guys, we are back in from the break. We're at the halfway mark. The show is halfway over, so we're getting ready to wrap this thing up. We got this segment and one more segment before it's all said and done. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. You're hanging out inside of the Random Select Podcast. It's the podcast that's all about thought-provoking talk right here on Beat Break 87 FM, Atlanta's independent news station where music and talk radio lives. Just want to let you guys know real quick that we out there everywhere in them social streets, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Please leave a like, share, comment, or subscribe, and hey, let us know that we are appreciated. Let us know that you definitely appreciate what we're doing out in them streets. We really, really, truly appreciate it. Don't forget, people, you can go to beatbreakradiofm.com. You can check out the listen live button, check out the personalities that's on the station and all of that good stuff, and click that listen now to bring you right into the podcast as usual. And don't forget, people, you can go to therandomselect.com. It also has a listen live button where you can click that button. It'll bring you into the podcast. And where else would you rather be than right here hanging out with your man Mario inside of the Random Select Podcast? So thank you. On the last part of the show so far, we talked about 2020. What is this going to be the year of? Is this going to be the year you in 2020? What are you planning to do? But I said before you get into 2020, there's a few things in 2019 that you got to put to rest, that you can't even let flow into 2020. And they did a little survey saying that a lot of people have all these different resolutions and all these things you want to do with your life when it pertains to the new year turning over. And they say it's the day that cuts off is January 25th. That's the day that you go back to being your regular normal self, slip back into your regular routine, and then it's life as usual, and the new you has already disappeared already. And then the second part of the show, people, we talked about, we asked the questions, why do people cheat? And I tried to answer it to the best of my abilities on both sides of the fence, and the bottom line is people cheat for different various reasons. And as I said, that's a question that's going to always be asked, forever be asked, from then until the end of time. As Buzz Lightyear like to say, to infinity and beyond. That question is going to forever be asked. And we also talked about a touchy subject that a woman asked me and sent in a question to me on my Facebook page and asked me, do men ever sit back and think about how I'm hurting her? And I said, the truth be told, if I just use my example of me when I was younger, I would say that no, when you're younger, you don't really think about it. All you care about is you doing what you're doing, and you want what you want, and that's that. You don't give a damn about the collateral damage. But as an older man, when you lay back in your bed and you're alone in the dark and you look back over your life, you see a lot of collateral damage that you've done, and you think, man, I did hurt her. I didn't think about it at the time, but I'm thinking about it now. And not everybody lay in their bed and think about what they want to do for the future and think about how they need to make this happen. Sometimes we think about our past regrets, our past indiscretions, and for lack of a better term, our past fuck ups. You know what I mean? So we think about it, when you're the typical man, and that's why we spend so much of our life on the backside of our lives as men, being philanthropists, doing the right thing, giving to charities, working at soup lines, volunteering, because we try our best to make up for all the bullshit we did when we was younger, and that's just, not every man goes down that road, not every woman goes down that road, but I'm just telling y'all that that's just the way it works, a lot of the time, you know what I mean? That if you really being completely honest with yourself about some things, you know what I mean? So that's what we talked about. And in this portion of the show, I want to talk about, let me remove that title, you know what I'm saying? In this portion of the show, I want to talk about leveling up. You know what I mean? You hear a lot of people say that. You hear a lot of people talk about, hey, I'm about to level up on them, shouty. I'm about to do it. I'm about to hit the next level, and that's cool, which I want everybody to try to hit the next level. I want everybody to try to extend as far as they can extend and try to make their life the very best. But just like in video games, that video game will not let you go to the next level until you complete the current level that you're on. That's just, par for the course. That's just leveling up 101. You can't go to the next level. I don't care if you're playing Candy Crush or whatever. You can't get to the next level unless you master the level you're on. And a lot of us talk about leveling up, and a lot of us fantasize about going to that next level when we can't even, as for lack of a better term, take care of the business at hand. We can't even get off the level we're on, but yet and still you already got dreams and aspirations about leveling up. Have you lost your fucking mind? Can you take care of the business that's right in front of you first? And it goes back to what I said about 2019. It goes back to what I said about y'all got to leave some of that stuff back there. How can you level up and go to the next level and master what you got to master on this level if you still dragging all that bull crap, all that laziness, all that not wanting to work, that not wanting to hustle, don't have the inspiration, don't have the drive, don't have the desire, don't want to get up to do those exercise routines, don't want to take time to meal prep and meal plan if you're trying to lose a little weight, don't want to take the time to get negative things out your life, don't want to take the time to stop drinking, stop smoking, don't want to take the time to cut back on a lot of stuff. If you dragging all of that from 2019 over into 2020, then in all honesty, people, looking at it logically, how can you level up? Because if you dragging all that stuff into 2020, you can't level up for the simple reason that that's the same things that you dragging into 2020. It's the same things that you've been doing the whole time is currently keeping you on the level you on. So how can you level up if you still in that same spot? I don't get it. How can you? I just explain to me the whole leveling up thing. Everybody tell me I'm about to make this move. How you about to make the move with the shackles still on your feet? I don't get it. How you about to make the move with you still standing in the concrete block, you still with your head in the sand? How can you even see what you're doing? Because a lot of y'all got to spend so much time cleaning up back there. You got to spend so much time cleaning up back there that you can't even see where you going up through there. You understand? So leveling up. And that's what we're really talking about, leveling up. How can you level up, people, when you can't master the level that you want? And a lot of people feel like leveling up means that you gotta, go from, I don't know, only got $100 in your pocket to $100,000 in your pocket. Now don't get me wrong, that is a damn good level up. But sometimes leveling up sometimes just means you just don't even think the same way you used to think. You understand? You just don't move the same way you used to move. You just don't run in the same circles that you used to run in. You don't even go home the same way you used to go home. You take a different different route. Sometimes leveling up is simply changing the aura about you, changing the aura around your life, changing the aura in your life, and changing the aura that's around the people that you allow to come into your life. Because we see that some people deserve to be in our lives, right? But let's be honest, it's a privilege for you to allow somebody to come into the inner sanctum of your life, but we've stopped treating that as a privilege. We've just saying, oh, that's my dude, and that's just dude being dude. But no, it's a privilege to be in my life, and you need to start treating it as such. I need to start treating it as such, that it's a privilege, and it's a privilege to be in that person's life too. They need to start treating it as such. The problem is we've started to let everybody get access to our lives because we no longer see it as a privilege for somebody to be a part of our lives. It's just okay for anybody to run in and out of our lives because we've become accustomed to it. We become used to it. And some women, when it comes to men, damn sure expect it now. We'll talk to their girlfriend and say, girl, he only gonna be here for a while. I can just tell he a hit and run type guy. So therefore, if you deduce that he's a hit and run type guy, why are you still messing with him? Because a lot of stuff boils down to we are all humans, and the bottom line is a lot of us just do not like to be alone. I don't care whether you're male or female. Some people just got to have people around them, even if it's not just for long periods of time. They need to know that they matter or they mean something to somebody, and that's just not making them a bad person. That sometimes it don't even make you a clingy person. It just makes you human. We all, to a certain degree, long for human contact. So when it comes to leveling up, though, you have to make a bold and a conscious decision that regardless of how you feel about human contact, if that human contact brings nothing to your life, does nothing for your life, and ultimately drags you back, then you got to cut that contact off. You got to sever that connection, because in order for you to level up, hear me, people. In order for you to level up, you have to currently master the level you're on. I don't care if that's a high-end VR gaming system. I don't care if it's the lowest level of platforming gaming system, side-strolling gaming system. No gaming system out there lets you move on to the next level until you beat the current one that you're on. So keep that in mind when y'all people talking about leveling up. Leveling up is a beautiful thing when everybody can do it and we all push each other and we all say, okay, I'm on a particular level. Let me try to see if I could bring that person up. See, the problem with leveling up sometimes is y'all go back to bring a person up. You don't go back to bring a person up. You stay on your current level and then you try to help them ascend to where you are. Don't ever, once you reach a certain level, go back, because all you doing is creating a redundant loop. And I'm telling y'all, as I get older, redundancy is the one thing that I absolutely getting to the point that I absolutely despise. I don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over, getting the same results. I could see if you were doing the same thing over and over, but this time you did it for $50. The next time you did it for $100. The fourth time you did it for $200. If you're doing redundancy, but the results from the redundant act are different, fine. But if you're doing redundancy and the act is the same and the results are the same, then that's a problem for me. Like, people tell me all the time, man, I heard my mama say this a lot of time. A lot of problems you can solve, right? It's when those problems become issues that you have things that you really need to try to get into. It becomes just to the point where it's more than just a problem. Because you got problem solvers in your life. You could be a problem solver in your life. But sometimes we let people and situations and things and relationships hang around till they become issues. And the issues are a tad bit more difficult to deal with than a problem. So this year, 2020 has to be the year of you. You want to level up, fine, level up. But you got to let these problems stop manifesting into issues. You got a problem, solve the problem and move on. But once you got an issue, the issue tends to linger because you never took the initiative to solve the problem. So you let it turn into something bigger than it's supposed to be. And then every time you let a problem turn into an issue, you always sit back, and when you're in your downtime and when you're alone, you always sit back and say, I should have nipped this in the bud from day one when I first originally saw that this was a problem. But we didn't, because we felt some type of way about the people that we deal with. We'll take people that's been in our life since we were 12 and think just because they was grandfathered in, since they've been around since they was 12, that means that they have some type of special place in your life. That means they have some type of special rights to get over and do things that you would not allow anybody else to do. And you only allow them to do them. Why? Because it's time spent around you. Look at the philosophy in that. Just because they got plenty of time around you means that they could fuck you and screw you over, right? How can you ever level up if that's the way you're thinking about a prominent entity in your life? If they're allowed to do whatever they want, when you get to the point where you do level up and then you find yourself having to go back and they bringing you back and now they happy that you're back to where they at, then how is that beneficial to you? Tell me that. How did you benefit from it? Because all you did was level up just to get a taste of the next level, and then all you did was that entity in your life that the only reason you feel so strong about them is because the amount of time you've known them, you allowed them to pull you right back down. So it's not a fact of leveling up. Once you level up, you got to stay up. You can't go back. And I said in the beginning in 2020, we can't allow people that has no goals, no dream, no aspirations, and being negative. You can't allow them to be your distractions. You can't allow them, once you reach your level up point, to pull you back, because everything that you will have done will be for nothing. It will be for naught. It will be just because you felt like you wanted to make a journey. You might as well get on the treadmill. If you want to just run in place, get on the treadmill. I'm here to live life, not to run in place anymore. I am done with that shit. Running in places for hamsters on that fucking wheel. I am not a hamster anymore. This year, I am telling people I got places to see. I just put on my shoes, put on my coat, and I just start walking. Where you going? I don't really have no idea where I'm going. But I just know that wherever I'm going, it's not here. And wherever I'm going, you're not there. I'm on my journey. I'm on my grind. This year, 2020, is the year of me, the year of Mario. You should make this 2020 the year of you as well. You just get on your shoes, get on your clothes. You just start walking, and you get your leveling up one piece at a time. But master the level that you own first before you try to start to ascend. Because if you just gonna bring them same old lazy bad habits into 2020, same old lazy bad habits that you got on this level, if you managed to level up, you're doing yourself a disservice, because all you're doing is taking that same shit to the next level. You know what I mean? So That's all I really wanted to talk about when it comes to leveling up, because I'm tired of hearing people talking about, oh, I'm about to get my level up game on, and then everything gonna be better now because I just decided right here, right now that, oh, I'm about to level up. Level up time. Bing! Oh, I leveled up. I just want to tell you, it don't work like that until you take care of some of that, back garbage. It's hard to see that the room is beautiful because there's so much garbage laying around in the room. Clean up some of that garbage first. Then maybe I might have a chance to sit back and admire the beauty of the room. But until then, I want everybody to level up. That's not what I'm saying. I want everybody to get to a point where they level up. But you got to understand that each time you level up comes more responsibility. And people who don't understand responsibility are always trying to get you to neglect yours. Keep that in mind. People who do not understand responsibility is always trying to get you to neglect yours. So don't you ever, ever, ever forget that. All right, we're gonna leave that leveling up right there. We're gonna move on, transition to another topic. I got about a couple more minutes before I can squeeze in me another little topic really, 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 really quick. So, we heard that R. Kelly's two girls, the live-in girlfriend, obviously they having a spit spat, a tit-tat fight, and one is trying to convince the other one that you're being a damn fool and all of this, right? And let's just be honest, that may be the case, but it's amazing how money has become the determining factor to everything. As long as the money right, I tell my friends them all the time, tell Decatur May Dave and I tell Will. It's a lot of illegal stuff going on in this country. It's a lot of people that's funneling money, siphoning off money from different funds and different charities and different organizations, from the government and different people being paid off at the docks and all this type of stuff, right? As long as the money is good and everybody getting their cut, we would never ever know about it. You know what I mean? As long as that money is good and the right people who's getting paid on time and getting paid their share, you will never ever hear anything about it. But let one person don't get their cut. Let one person feel somebody else is making more than them. Let one person money don't come on time or they miss several payments. Let that happen and watch what I tell you. That's how you know, what I'm saying? That's how you know all of a sudden 12 pounds of coke is at the dock. How all of a sudden they knew that? Somebody had to tell. That's how all of a sudden you be hearing these big 100 pounds of marijuana bust. You know what I'm saying? Because the money ain't right. And that's what I say about R. Kelly and those two girls. Something happened where the money wasn't right. And all of a sudden, this is the problem that you get. And let's face it, we all kind of knew. And like I said, R. Kelly, I make no bones about it. That is my boy. From a musical standpoint, I still rocks and fucks with R. Kelly. I mean, it is what it is. Y'all can judge and say however you want. You feel free to not mess with R. Kelly all you want. Fine. I ain't got no problem with that. That's you. From a musical standpoint, I do. I mean, he is what he is. And I tell everybody, you might want to get him to the vet because he might be one sick puppy. But at the same time, everybody still deserves due process. If he found guilty, then fine, he found guilty. But we can't keep passing judgment when he can't. That's what the system is set up for. Good, bad, and different is not perfect. It's imperfect, but it's still the system that we have. It's the only system that we got. So this is what we have to rock with. So I ain't even really want to talk about that, but I'm just saying it's not a fact that them girls were never there because they loved R. Kelly. Them girls were never there because they fell in love with the sensitive side. That's Robert. You know what I mean? They were there because R. Kelly could provide for them a certain lifestyle that they feel like they couldn't have gotten any other way. Stuff of sitting around being R. Kelly's personal concubines. And if you allow yourself to be that, how in the hell can we be mad at Robert Kelly because he had those two girls and among other girls decided that this is what they want? But as soon as the money, stop working, and all of a sudden everybody victims. Soon as they can't go on the shopping sprees and live the lavish life, fly the jets and all that stuff, everybody victim now. It's amazing how broken victims seem to go together. Y'all ever notice that? When everybody got money, it's their choice. But when everybody broke, they victims. I mean, just really think about it. When you're broke, you're a victim. When you got money, that's your choice. Now, everybody's starting to realize they ain't making the money that they thought they was going to make off of this. All of a sudden, they got to do a surviving R. Kelly too. That, might as well be called the aftermath. Because the people who producing the shows are the people who making the money off of it. The people who sitting up there making damn fools out themselves and trying to, be on interviews and hope that this will help jumpstart some type of book deal, jumpstart some type of career. It just hasn't happened for them like that. And once again, y'all let these people get y'all on these surviving R. Kellys. And like I said, the producers and the people who are the show creators, they the ones making the money. So that's all I'm going to say about that. All I'm just saying, whenever the money ain't right, it's amazing how things just fall apart when the money ain't right. That's the type of world we live in, that the reason R. Kelly could probably potentially get away allegedly with what he's done is because he spread the money around to everybody, from the parents to producers to, family members to the people, to the victims themselves. And that's why y'all talk all that crap. And I tell y'all all the time, money talk and bullshit walk. You know what I mean? Money will make you do things that you swore to God you would never ever do. That's why you got to get to a point in your life where money can't control you. Money can't rule you. Money will help you, make you think about some things, but ultimately money should never make you do things that you feel you can't live with. But then again, maybe some of these people can live with this stuff, and that's why they did it from the get-go, because they can live with it. You know what I mean? Because the money and the fame, and thought R. Kelly was going to put them on, and you just want to be Robert Kelly's R. Kelly the Pied Piper, little boo thing, little play thing, and you thought that was going to do something for you. And for the record, let me just tell you this. Y'all can say what you want about me. I'm fine. I can take the shots. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. Not every girl that's 15 is a young, innocent little girl. That's all I'm telling y'all. Y'all say, oh, but she was 15. And granted, by law, he shouldn't definitely not be messing with them girls, because he's a grown man. He has to be the one that has to be the voice of reason and logic in the room. But I'm telling y'all, I grew up in the hood. As I tell y'all, East Side ATL, Thomasville. And I'm telling you, by the time girls were 15 and 16, they weren't no little girls no more. They know how to play games and milk guys for their money. And we say clip. They know how to clip guys, Look, in my personal experience, I done seen some of the coldest chicks that this world has ever seen. And they was already like that by the time I met them, 16, 17. Some of the most fiercest pimps in this world wear dresses. Some of the women who got cold black hearts, and they understand how the game work. They understand that they got something that you want, and they willing to play this game, make you tiptoe around it and try to get it. And in the meantime, while you trying to get it, they playing you to death. You know what I mean? But that still don't absorb R. Kelly. He's still the adult. He still has to understand that, hey, look, you got to check for ID. And then the bottom line is, even if he didn't check for ID, that might just be a thing that he got, like some men like being with little boys, right? Then if that's the case, then yes, he needs to be taken out of circulation. He's a sick little puppy, because at some point you still got to be an adult and understand that those are kids. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying that not every child that's 15, 16, 17 is that innocent little kid with the pigtails and the bobby socks and the little school uniform. And that's how you see them, because that's the way they parade them in the court to make them look that way. That girl was probably on Instagram last night trying to get somebody to cash app her some money just to show them something. So look at each individual situation the way it is. You got to judge the person. Not everybody just fall up under because they 15. They innocent little girls. So that's all I'm saying. And I know y'all people gonna have something to say, but say it. It's okay. I can handle it. I'm a big boy. Y'all send it my way. If you feel like you wanna come in, go to my Facebook page, go to my Instagram, go to my Twitter, leave me a comment, let me know, DM me, however you feel you need to contact me, and I'll deal with it, and we'll talk about it. You want to come on the show and debate me about it? Let's go. I'm ready to do this, talk about this chaos thing. Like I said, I'm not ignorant. I understand both sides of the coin, but I also understand that each individual situation is its own situation. All right. I'm going to leave that right there. And because we're up against the break, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with your man Mario inside of the Random Select Podcast. Once again, the podcast is all about thought-provoking talk, baby. We are 75% of the way. One last segment of the show, and we will be out. Want to thank you guys for tuning in and getting back with me on this first all new episode of the new year. So thank you guys, and after the break, we're gonna wrap it all up and take y'all guys home. Thank you until after the break, guys. All right, guys, welcome back in. You're hanging out with your man Mario inside of the Random Select Podcast. It's the podcast is all about thought-provoking talk right here on Beat Break 87 FM. Truly appreciate you guys hanging out with me. We're definitely about to wrap the show up, but before I go, it's a special couple shout outs I would like to give to everybody, everybody that I either look up to, I admire, or I feel putting in that work, or definitely has helped me out along the way as we start off this new year. So just wanted to put that out there real quick. But real quick, as usual, I have to do my due diligence and let you guys know what's going on. Don't forget, you can go to the.com where we got the latest episodes of the podcast and all of that rigmarole up there. You can click that listen live button. It'll take you right to where you need to be, and where you need to be is inside of the Random Select Podcast. And don't forget, you can also go to beatbreakradiofm.com and check out that listen live button and check out the personalities on the show as well. And don't forget, people, last but not least, we're out there in those digital and social streets, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those places. If you see us out there, holler at us. Let a brother know that we doing something out there in them streets. Live, subscribe, like, comment, share, and we truly will appreciate that. All right, now we got all that out the way. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of the show, y'all. Well, not the meat and potatoes of the show, but we about to get ready to end the show out on this note. But real quick, I just want to give a shout out to my man Polka Jones. You know what I mean? Polka Jones and Southern Soul Live. If you don't know who that is or what that is, you need to follow him on Instagram at Polka Jones. You know what I mean? Follow him. They got something coming up real nice and slick in the springtime for the adults. Spring fling, it's like spring break for the adults. Nobody but the grown and sexy, baby. Y'all check that out. My man Polka, she says she don't like her music too old, but she don't like it too new either. This is the type of beat make you want to do an old school dance. You know what I mean? Y'all jam with my man Polka. You know what I'm saying? I mess with some Polka. You know what I mean? We don't know each other on a personal level, but from afar, I feel the vibe. So y'all check in. He got new episodes coming up of Southern Soul Live. Y'all check him out. Like I said, follow him, people, at Polka Jones on Instagram, and you won't be disappointed. And if you can, try to get to that spring fling, adult spring break down in Mobile, people. I'm gonna try my best to get up out there myself. So hey, definitely shout out to my man Polka. Alright. Also, people, you definitely got to tune in to the Jeff is Moody show. I mean, come on. You know what I mean? That's my dude. He comes on from 3 to 6 on the station. So with that being said, tune in. You never know what you might hear. He one of the realest cats in the game. I respect this dude. You got to remember, he's also rocking out with the beautiful, lovely DJ Natural. She keeps your ride home jumping, bumping all up in the traffic mix. Don't forget. And hey, that's what it is. You never know. Like I said, we'll make that bell ring. Check out the Jeff is Moody show from 3 to 6 right here on Beat Break 87 FM. And don't forget about the Beat Break Morning Show, people, with the architect Sean Garvey. Want to give a special shout out to thanks out to Sean Garvey. He always, got a positive and kind, encouraging word for a brother. And he put me on, what can you say? And also he rolling with the incomparable DJ Roll'em, who always liking and supporting on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So if y'all see DJ Roll'em out there in them streets, y'all holler at him. Y'all got any work in it, y'all doing in need of DJ, y'all holler at my man DJ Roll'em, you know what I mean? And the Wake Up Girls, the Beat Break Morning Show, all of that. Don't forget to go to the Reach One network.com, where you can catch the episodes of this show, all the other personalities, and just all the people that help make Random Select a cool show, man. You know, I appreciate that. I want to give a special shout out to the Frost Giant, my homemade Will. I want to give a shout out to Dave Roberts, Decatur Made Dave, and you know, everybody that support the show. You know what I'm saying? Donna Washington, she always tuning in. Want to give my dad out a special shout. He's always sharing my stuff on Facebook and stuff like that, and not because he have to and I'm his son, because he want to. You know what I mean? At least that's what I think. But you can't be mad at that. So I just wanted to give a few shots out and just say, y'all stay tuned for all the new content, few show format changes once I get everything set up right, and you know, get everything up and running and stuff like that, you know, because I'm doing it all by myself, one man band. I ain't got no interns and nothing like that. So I'm doing it all myself, but it's fun though. I'm learning the business side of this thing, the technical side of this thing, other than just getting on this microphone running my mouth. It's so many other people that you could think behind the scenes that make all this stuff, you know, possible, you know, when we doing this stuff. And sometimes people, y'all say, oh, you know, what's taking them so long to come up with content? Sometimes it just is not enough hours in the day to get everything done. It's stuff in your regular personal life. Then you got to come try to do this, and then you got other things that may throw you a curveball. So I just want to thank everybody for being patient with us, you know, as far as getting the content out, getting new shows out. Just thank you for sticking in there. But it's back up and running, baby. It's going. So y'all just stay tuned. Everything is coming. We got new stuff this year. I told y'all it's the year of me, 2020. We heading toward the money. We trying to get, you know, collaborations going on with real people, positive people. If you ain't trying to collaborate, you ain't trying to keep walking, you ain't trying to head toward that ultimate goal, then all I'm gonna have to do is just throw the deuces to you and tell you I see you when I see you, and that's about all I can do for you. You know what I mean? So with that being said, people, I want to tell y'all, thank y'all for hanging out with your man Mario in the Random Select Podcast. This is the first new episode of the first new year, and I really truly appreciate you. And till the next time, people, this is your man Mario, and I say keep it lovely, keep it safe, stay sexy, people. And with that being said, the Random Select is out.